Real could spend up to 25 million to steal a Premier League star, and there's a Turkish club coming in full force to take a gem from the merengue squad. And there's more. A player no one expected is being tested in Tchouaméni's spot, and could become a starter. And attention, if no one leaves, no one else comes in. Some players in the squad have their days numbered. If you're a Real Madrid fan, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on the bell because here it's daily videos with the hottest updates from the club that rules European football. Let's go, because today's news is on fire. Let's start with the first bomb. Real Madrid has its eye on a Premier League defensive monster. It seems Real Madrid won't wait until 2026 to refresh its defense. Even with big names like Alaba, Rudiger, Militao and the new kid Dean Huijsen, the merengue scouts are seeing a golden opportunity that could come up as soon as this transfer window. According to AS newspaper, the Real board could launch a final attack for Ibrahima Konate, Liverpool's defensive rock, who has reportedly already said yes to playing at the Santiago Bernabeu. And the best part, the plan is to spend no more than 20 to 25 million euros, a price considered a bargain when you think about the Frenchman's age and level. Konate's contract ends in the summer of 2026, but Liverpool already realizes it will be hard to keep him. Especially because they're close to signing Marc Guéhi and Giovanni Leoni, strengthening the position and opening the door for the Frenchman's exit. And the craziest part, PSG also wants him. But Konate is obsessed with Real Madrid, and the board wants to close the deal before the Paris club gets in the way. So guys, would Konate be the future pillar of our defense? Comment below. I want to see everyone's opinion. Would you sell someone from the current defense to make room for the Frenchman? Leave it here in the comments because your opinion always matters here. Now hold this. A Turkish giant wants one of the most beloved names among the merengue fans, Ondrej Lunin. Yeah guys, the Lunin saga is really heating up and could be very close to its final chapter. The Ukrainian goalkeeper, who became a hero in several moments last season, especially when Courtois tore his ligament and was out for months, now wants more. And when I say more, I mean more games, more responsibility, more leadership. During Courtois' absence, Lunin was much more than just a backup. He saved penalties, made impossible saves, held results, secured qualifications. He was a fundamental piece in decisive moments of the merengue campaign. But even with all that, he knows that when the Belgian returns, he comes back as the absolute starter. And then, what happens? That's where Fenerbahce comes in. According to Fischages, the Turks are coming in strong. They're willing to build a very strong squad to reach the Champions League group stage and have put Lunin's name at the top of their transfer list. And the best, or worst, depending on the point of view, is that the one who requested the signing is none other than Jose Mourinho. Yes, my friends, the special one. The same man who once coached Real Madrid and who is now building a new project in Istanbul with a thirst for European titles. Mourinho wants Lunin as the absolute starting goalkeeper. No bench, no rotation. He's supposed to arrive, put on the number 1 shirt and become Fener's new wall. That's the kind of offer that messes with any player's mind, especially one who knows that at Real he could spend another season on the bench, watching the game from the sidelines. The proposal being prepared involves a loan with an option to buy, something that pleases both sides. Real Madrid keeps the door open for a future return, in case Courtois gets injured again or if Lunin completely explodes in performance. Fenerbahce gets the chance to test the player in a competitive environment, with an eye on a permanent signing if everything goes well. And Lunin? According to backstage information, he's open-minded. He knows playing for a club like Real is a privilege, but he also understands he needs minutes on the pitch to grow, to prove himself, and maybe even become the consistent starting goalkeeper for the Ukrainian national team. And let's be honest, with Courtois 100% back, that space will be minimal. The Belgian is untouchable. But here comes the dilemma dividing the fans. Sell him now and give the guy a chance to develop and maybe increase his value, or keep him another season and risk losing him for free or unmotivated. Because, let's be real, Lunin has a market. If not now, other clubs will come after him. The question is, will Real let him go? There's also the emotional side. Lunin has never complained publicly, has always respected the club, has always trained hard, has always delivered when called upon. He's one of those guys who earns the fans' respect not just with saves, but with attitude. So now it's up to you, merengue fans. What would you do if you were on the board? Sell Lunin now and free up space in the wage bill, or keep him a bit longer and try to maintain this luxury insurance in case Courtois gets injured again? Leave in the comments what you would do. And hit the like button if you still remember the monstrous saves he made in last season's Champions League. But wait, there's more. There's a veteran being tested in an unusual position. Can you picture David Alaba playing as a defensive midfielder? Well, you'd better start getting used to the idea. With Camavinga out of the pre-season friendlies and Tchouaméni being rested for some games, coach Xabi Alonso decided to innovate and test Alaba as a holding midfielder, the classic anchorman. According to Diario AS, this experiment could become a permanent reality in the 2025-26 season if it works now in testing. Remember that the Austrian has already played that role at Bayern Munich and also for the Austrian national team. The idea is simple: if Alaba does well there in midfield, he becomes a real option when Tchouaméni can't play. And the truth is, Alaba has the passing, vision, and tactical awareness to do well in that position. Now think about this, that frees up space in defense for Konaté's arrival. Will it be a disaster or a masterstroke? Drop in the comments what you think of this change. Alaba as a defensive midfielder, tactical genius or desperate improvisation? And to wrap things up in style, someone needs to leave for Real to bring in another player. And there's a player on Betis' radar who could open the doors for a new signing. Pay close attention, because the atmosphere behind the scenes at Real Madrid is tense. The board has been very clear: no one comes in until someone leaves the main squad. And with that information, a real game of musical chairs begins inside the merengue dressing room. Who's going to go? One of the most talked about names in recent weeks is Dani Ceballos, and his situation has turned into a soap opera with twists and turns. The Spanish midfielder, who has had flashes of brilliance at Real but never nailed down a spot as an undisputed starter, is once again on the radar of his former club, Real Betis. According to information published by Diario AS, the Andalusian club is monitoring Ceballos' situation very closely. And there's a strong reason behind it. Isco, the team's number 10 and brain, suffered a serious injury and will be out for at least 3 months. With that, Betis went into emergency mode, and Ceballos' name emerged as the perfect solution to fill that gap. And the craziest thing is that Ceballos has already played there, was a fan favorite there, knows the club, has the supporters' affection, and would have much more prominence than he does today at Real. At the Santiago Bernabeu, the competition is brutal. There's Kroos, even though he's now retired, Modric, Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Arda Güler. It's a constellation of midfielders, and the space for number 19 to stand out has become very limited. Even with coach Xabi Alonso making it clear that he wants to keep him in the squad for the season, the feeling behind the scenes is that Ceballos is tempted by the idea of going back home. Especially knowing that at Betis he would have continuity, respect, and tactical importance. He would be the playmaker, the link between defense and attack, the brain of the team, exactly what he hasn't been at Real. And look at this, with the recent sales of Johnny Cardoso and Jesus Rodriguez, Betis has filled the coffers. They have money to make an offer, have a spot in the team, and have urgency. It's the perfect scenario for a quick transfer to happen. Now it all depends on the player's own decision and a green light from the merengue board. But let's be real, is it worth letting Ceballos go? He's a guy who, when he comes in, does his job. He's willing, technical, has a good pass, and always plays with intensity. But, is that enough among so many stars? Or would letting Ceballos go be a smart move to open space in the squad and bring in another big name, maybe a direct replacement or even another defender, like Konaté? And there's more: if he leaves, the salary savings also matter. One less player on the payroll frees up room for financial fair play and allows moves to bring in that player who could be the cherry on top in this transfer window. If you made it this far, you can't leave without subscribing. This is the channel for the die-hard fan, who lives Real Madrid 24 hours a day. Smash the like button, turn on the bell, and comment everything. Because here the fan has a voice, has a say, and has space. Tomorrow there's more. Hala Madrid.